Some attention. Original. Damn. I'm so excited for this show tonight.
That's right, folks. We're here, and Alexa Bliss is down to the ring with her skanky self, looking skankier than ever.
That's right. It is I, Jim, and I'm here with my partner, Tim. How you doing
I'm
tonight,
Tim.
How you doing?
I'm doing all right, Jim. How are you doing?
I'm really good looking at these puppies. You know what I mean?
Oh, that's some old King reference there.
That's right.
Her butt cheeks are hanging out of shorts as we're getting ready for these butt cheeks to bounce off these steel chains.
Oh, that is right, folks. We're going to get plenty of cakes in this matchup.
Mm-hmm.
We have 6 women, 4 in a cage, behind glass. Sounds like a strip club. What do you think?
I can't tell the difference looking at it right here in front of us. You can't see it at home, but we can see it with our 2 eye sockets.
Live on the WWE Network.
Hashtag WWE Chamber.
That's right.
Alexa Bliss looks nervous, folks, as the cage door closes. And she is the first entrant into the Women's Elimination Chamber.
That is correct. She seems excited to be there as she shakes her head in disappointment.
And now the second entrant, the boss, the legit boss.
That's right.
Sasha Banks. What do you think about Sasha Banks there, Tim?
I think she's a fantastic competitor. I think she always comes in the best shape out of everyone, and the attitude of a boss will keep her on top if she's able to get there. But we've seen her slack and lack, and it's been a disappointing 2017 for her, and now in 2018 she's trying to change that around.
I don't know. I think Sasha Banks looks like a mannequin if it were put on stilts and walked around.
That means she has the body of a fantastic woman.
Sure. As she wears a chain that is far too long.
Yes.
And she looks like she wants to bang Alexa Bliss.
Yes, but it's too late. They locked the cage, and once the cage is locked, it will not open until the colors of lights splash all over your glass.
Sasha Banks has made her way through the ring. As we were just talking about, looked at her through the glass and now is taking some stance in the middle of the ring, looks up at the WWE logo for some reason, and now is on her way to the cage herself.
That is correct. Someone should really take that chain from her. Oh, she gave it away. That's a shame. If she would have kept that, they really probably could have put her at an advantage. There's no DQ in this match. She could have used that chain to assault her competitors whenever she was chosen to come out of her cage.
But I have a feeling you would be okay with being assaulted by Sasha Banks.
3 times a week, if you ask me. I'll be very much excited.
Speaking of assault, here's Mickie James.
She was assaulted on an adult film quite a few years ago. I'm surprised she's back.
It was a pretty brutal film.
Yeah.
How many times have you seen it?
At least 76. I had to analyze. It was for psychology class, I swear.
Yes, the first 75 times.
Yes.
And she's here in her Wonder Woman outfit.
Yeah. Oddly reminiscent of Beth Phoenix. I don't know if this is kind of a homage, as they call it.
Well, I believe that Sasha Banks wore the Wonder Woman gimmick at the Royal Rumble.
If she did, they really love themselves some Beth Phoenix.
That's indeed they do. Oh, and she gets right in the face, says, "I stole your outfit, bitch."
Oh, damn. It might be the same outfit, actually. It looks a little too tight for Mickie.
And now Mickie James, the third entrant, finds her way into her cage.
Yes. I hate to say this, but every part of Mickie is tucked in besides her belly button.
For some reason, the butt cheeks don't look good in these pants. I'm not sure. And Absolution comes to the ring. Led by Paige.
All 3 of them.
All 3 of them.
And Paige, with her broken neck, and it's not from wrestling, is here.
Is that...
What?
Who's... I don't know who the blonde is.
Neither do I, but Alexa Bliss is mad. She thought she was the only blonde.
Yep, well, she quickly found out there are lots of blondes in the WWE.
Yeah. Oh my God, she's old. She looks like a gremlin.
That light
Mickie.
underneath the ring is not doing them any favors. This Absolution apparently is coming to the ring as a pair. Very strange, but
there's only one cage open. So which one of them is actually staying out and which one is actually going in the cage? It looks like Sonya Deville is being one of those to start off the match, or they're just being seductive apparently, and the other one's not quite as seductive.
Mandy Rose is, she looks like a stripper. I'm not sure what's happening.
She might be.
They're lesbians together. They're lesbianing themselves around the ring.
Rancing and romancing, that's what they call it.
I suppose. They went and taunted Mickie James and now taunting Sasha Banks with their lesbianism.
Sasha Banks is not at all fond of this.
It doesn't seem that way, but we're not allowed to make certain comments, so
that is true. You know, people say you're at a disadvantage starting off this matchup, but I can disagree. I think standing for as many minutes as these people are going to stand in this cage can really hurt your feet and take away from you competing heavily in this matchup.
And Mandy Rose makes her way into her cage as Sonya Deville will start this matchup in the ring.
She will. That is not a person you want to face as the first competitor. And the last competitor is Bayley, the underdog, the constant underdog who sheds many of tears between hugs.
Indeed she does. Corey Graves will tell you she is not here for hugs. She is here for the Elimination Chamber.
That is correct. She will hug everyone after she feels she becomes victorious at this Elimination Chamber.
As she Super Saiyans her little blow-up dolls up on the ramp.
Oh, yeah.
Alexa Bliss is very confused by this.
I agree with each flailing hand in the air right now that are all colorful. No one else's hands are up but the colorful guys. And I don't mean that in a bad way.
As Bayley makes her way into the ring.
Yep. As you hear it again, Michael Cole says history is going to be made. History is made every night because it's the first time we're living it, Cole. And I'm glad you put everyone's perspective right into that.
Yes, Bayley appreciates it as she looks over at ringside.
Yep.
And now Bayley stares down Sasha Banks in the corner. Now over to the champion.
Ooh.
Alexa Bliss. Bayley stares down each individual except for Sonya Deville's lover.
Oh, wow. Alexa Bliss seems attracted to Bayley.
I'm very confused.
It seems like it might be all the colors. Maybe it's like some kind of LSD or something.
Well, it could possibly be. This is a chamber. This is the first time the women have been in the chamber, and you have that prison mentality.
Oh.
Yes,
to take authority over those. And to do that, the dominance is definitely shown immediately by humping.
Indeed, and the front doors close, folks, as the bell rings, and now we're getting this match started.
Yeah, that's correct. Now you have the striker, Sonya Deville, versus the amazing grappler in Bayley and her immense hugging.
Well, that's a part of grappling.
That it is. She's mastered that part, I'll tell you that much.
And now the women start to walk in a circle, but stop to nod their heads. They're not in their heads saying, oh yeah, we know, we are here.
They are there, and everyone is excited to be there also.
Deville goes for a very sloppy takedown. Doesn't get it.
That's correct.
Bayley.
They're filling each other out in this early moments of this matchup. And Sonya Deville is going off to the grappling routine. It's like she's using her MMA background to try to keep Bayley on the ground. Very smart of her.
Indeed, Deville got her in a headlock now in the center of the ring. Bayley takes down Deville, covers. No count.
No count. The beautiful grappling between these two amazing athletes in Bayley and Sonya Deville.
They pause for clapping.
They do.
That did not happen.
None was given. Shameful.
Bayley stands the fighting stance, slaps Deville's hands down to her vagina.
Oh,
Bayley.
Beautiful leg takedown right there.
Indeed. Bulldog by Bayley.
Haven't seen one of those in many of years.
Bayley, looking strong. Grabs her by her cornrows and sends her head straight into the turnbuckle.
All right. There's plenty of forehead to be smashed into that turnbuckle, I'll tell you that much.
Absolutely. Deville going around to the four corners. Bayley slamming each turnbuckle. Bayley sending her to the fourth turnbuckle. Goes for the... Oh! A big reversal by Sonya Deville. An elbow to the rib cage of Bayley. Now, Bayley's head being thrown into the turnbuckle.
Yep.
Deville picks her up. Deville, Irish whip into the corner. Bayley jumps over the top of it. Against the ropes. Deville with a big gut punch.
What a clubbing blow straight to the rib cage, and she could have broken a rib there.
As she might have. That will affect her hugging ability.
That will, Tim.
We'll see how that hugging affects future hugs.
Oh. Future hugs are very important. But right now, we need to focus on the moment. This is history.
Great. Beautiful history. Oh, no. Oh, no.
Oh, my God. Barely catches herself on the cage, and she was catapulted by Sonya Deville. She is starting to climb up. Sonya Deville was coming after Bayley.
Oh, what's this?
Has her up in a carry of a power slam, but reversed by Bayley. Trying to get Sonya Deville's head into the cage, but reverse. Bayley reverses that by Sonya Deville. They're trying to slam each other's head into this cage, and it is going to be brutal when it finally happens, but it never will. And so see, Sonya Deville was caught out of after the whirling dervish.
Fantastic play-by-play there, as the listener could not know what was happening whatsoever.
Nope.
We did a terrible job at this. We both thought.
Absolutely terrible, but that's what we're here for. We're here to bring character into a characterless. That's not even a word, but this show is characterless. Yes.
Indeed.
Original.
And Bayley are both in the ring, down currently at the moment in each corner of the ring. Let's go, Bayley chant has started in the arena.
Sorry.
Deville
Licking the lipstick off of her lips.
Bayley in the corner.
A flapjack into the top turnbuckle there, it seemed like.
Yes, very slow. Deville.
Oh, back suplex there by Bayley.
Yes, absolutely. Goes for the cover. 1, 2.
Sonya Deville is going to take a lot more to keep her down. You're talking about an MMA specialist, a striker with ground game ability who is able to take a punishment like no other woman in this division can.
Deville down in the ring. Bayley going to the top rope. Can she do it, folks? As she positions herself on the top rope, Deville.
This is risky. This is very risky. One false move, and she could really hurt herself falling down on this cage.
Deville crawls out of the outside, but Bayley is repositioning herself. She's jumping to the outside.
Oh, an elbow straight to the chin of Sonya Deville. Takes her out, and it looks like Banks is afraid to come out of there. She is seeing the brutality of this match. She knows that once she exits this match, it is going to be something that she's never experienced, and that's a 2 count there by Bayley.
Absolutely, as she jumped high from the turnbuckle onto the padded outside.
Correct.
I want to point out that the outside of the Elimination Chamber is padded.
Affirmative, it is. Countdown at 0 now, and it seems like our first competitor in the cage is going to come out, and who will it be? The lights flicker and flash. And it's Mandy Rose. Oh, that is so sad for Bayley.
I don't know. Bayley with a
stunner.
stunner. Oh, Mandy Rose
God.
as she comes through the ropes. Bayley Rose taking it.
Bayley fighting back as the furious underdog she is.
Another stunner.
Oh,
Bayley.
on the middle of the ropes.
I'm getting another beer. Do you want one?
I would love another burr, if you may. Bayley's revving herself up here, folks. And a spear into the corner to Mandy. A spear to Sonya Deville. And a nice elbow by Bayley. Patented elbow there. Irish whip to Sonya Deville. Straight onto Mandy in the other turnbuckle. And a double patented elbow there. Going for another elbow to Mandy, and it seems like 3 times was not the charm there. Bayley tried to exceed her expectations, but no. Still fighting back against Sonya and Mandy, but it seems like she's starting to get tired. The numbers are going to take you out. See, it's not just the numbers are going to gather by the amount of fists to your face. Sometimes it's the amount of fists you need to throw to stay alive. And a huge takedown by Sonya Deville, planting Bayley on the outside.
As the power couple stands on the outside, Mandy Rose had her distracted with a big forearm to the face, and Bayley ate a mean spear by DeVille on the padded outside.
When I mean mean like Mean Gene.
It did look rough.
It did.
Bayley's head bounced off the padded floor as Mandy and DeVille slam Bayley's back into, well, they kind of push it into the cage.
Yeah, try to make sure she knows where she is, and now this time there's a toss.
They did toss her into the side of that steel cage.
Oh, my God.
And we're here.
And it seems like they're talking smack to Sasha Banks. They might be telling her she's next. She better hope she stays in that cage. 2 against 1 is never a place you want to be at.
Bayley's still down. You have to wonder, should they have gone for a cover? As they roll her back into the ring, Mandy Rose and DeVille in full control. Now they go for a pin.
1, 2.
Have the rules changed? I'm not sure. Can you not pin them on the outside?
I believe you can, but remember, this is the first time these women have been introduced to this matchup, so a lot of these things are fairly new to them. They are going to make mistakes, but at the end of the day, there will be one winner tonight.
Astute. There will be one winner, that is for sure. If there's not at least one winner,
it'll be a shameful match to watch. Oh, what an ugly clothesline on the top rope.
I think it was a knee, maybe. I'm
Bayley
not sure. The camera
continues
angle was awful.
Kevin Dunn can't see past his teeth, so it's hard for him to produce correctly.
Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville still taking it to Bayley with big knees to the side. Sasha Banks is in
we have the replay, and it was air.
Sasha Banks in the corner looking very concerned about her frenemy, Bayley.
Oh my God, what a beautiful kick to the ribcage there, Sonya Deville.
They have put Bayley's arms through the cages like she's Jesus Christ, and they are just going ham on her ribcage.
They are crucifying Bayley for all her hugs. All her hugs filled with love. She will feel the pain of all the love she's given.
I would hate to point out right now, but they are totally... lesbians don't get that great of a stereotype. They're usually mean, and...
It's true.
I don't know. This is rough.
It's just fairly rough. Well, countdown down to 5 now.
They're very concerned about who the next entrant will be.
They have Bayley still hanging.
Bayley is incapacitated, so they would still have a 2-on-1 advantage, but let's see who it is. I'm going to guess Sasha Banks.
You have to be alert in this situation.
And it is Sasha Banks!
Sasha Banks. Wow, she'll go for the lottery at this point. Well, and Mandy Rose is just watching. Sonya Deville is getting demasculated. Slammed into the glass or the plexiglass or the plastic. Is that plastic?
Plexiglass. Sasha Banks has just taken it to Mandy Rose. Bounced her head off of that cage just like you had mentioned before, and now she's just fucking stomping a mud hole in her and walking her dry. Now DeVille's caught up to Sasha Banks. Irish Whipper straight into the side of the cage.
That is true.
That cold steel bouncing off Sasha Banks' back, but it doesn't phase her at all. She delivers a fury of right hands to the face of Sonya Deville and double knees to Sonya Deville. Sonya Deville's on the outside, just completely decimated as her purple hair shines in the light.
Seems like Sasha Banks is enjoying this decimation of these two women. She's relishing in the moment of being one of the first women in the Elimination Chamber. Double knees, plants to Sonya Deville. 1, 2, and a kick out.
Absolutely. You know, you have to wonder.
Why let Bayley recover? Sasha should go on pin Bayley right now.
You know, most people would think that Sasha should pin Bayley. But I would say that is her friend. And she was furious at watching them decimate her friend in the corner.
Absolutely. If Corey Graves was paying attention to the story being told, he would know for a fact that she was grimacing in the corner while her friend was getting beat up.
Yes.
But now she is taking it to...
Going for the double knees to Sonya Deville on the middle turnbuckle, as she normally does. And she jams Mandy Rose's head until Sonya Deville's knee drops the double knees onto Sonya Deville. And a 1, 2. Sonya Deville kicks out again. She's been taking a heavy beating so far in this matchup, but she continues to get up her endurance. It's like no other woman I've seen in WWE history.
Absolutely. As Mandy Rose rolls to the outside, Sonya Deville in the middle of the ring getting picked up by Sasha Banks.
These women are getting beat up by a lot of air in this matchup also.
Sonya Deville using some prowess there as she slips. A quick roll up by Sonya Deville and Sasha Banks. 1, 2, no. And now Sonya Deville sends Sasha Banks into the corner. Big shoulders to the gut of Sasha Banks.
Yes, reminiscent of ECW, those big shoulders in the corner.
Huge shoulders.
Gigantic. Look at those triceratop looking traps.
And now Sasha Banks has rolled out to where Bayley is laying on the outside of the ring. Sonya Deville comes out, but Bayley catches her. Bayley sends her into the turnbuckle, but the camera cut away to look at Mickie James.
Why is there a camera inside of the cage, but there's not a cameraman?
That ghost. Oh, there he is.
Oh,
he's
there
in
he
there.
Sasha working together.
Oh. As Sasha Banks and Bayley send Sonya Deville's head and face straight into the cage. Once, then twice, and now thrice. Oh, there it is. Oh!
Flips her and her back slams against the steel.
Her head crashes to the floor. Sonya Deville on the outside as Sasha Banks looks over at her friend, Bayley. Not sure. We respect each other. We love each other. Now let's take care of business as they throw Sonya Deville back into the ring. But Mandy Rose comes out of nowhere and throws Bayley into the cage, and now a big right hand to Sasha Banks.
Smart by Mandy Rose. Now, Bayley had just recuperated some, and she immediately brought her back down to the ground to make this a one-on-one matchup. As Sonya Deville, after taking a heavy beating there, is again recuperating herself in the opposite corner.
Absolutely. Mandy Rose with a executioner?
It seemed like so, halfway though.
I'm sorry, folks. It's been a while since we watched wrestling, and I forget some moves' names.
It was like an inverted.
She going for a pedigree? She looked like she was going for a pedigree there. Sasha Banks pushes her away. Big knee missed by Mandy Rose.
Double knees to the back of Mandy Rose. Then we're going for a tap out. Tap outs are legal. Bayley stops Sonya Deville with a huge knee, and Mandy taps out. Mandy taps out. That is a huge loss for Sonya Deville. They planned those two to make it to the end to fight and duke it out. But, man, Mandy Rose upset that she tapped out herself, telling the ref she didn't tap out. We all seen it, though.
We did see it. Everyone saw it. And Alexa Bliss saw it as she laughs at her.
She laughs. She says, now you must not dye your hair blonde anymore. Mandy Rose is not hearing it.
No, not at all. She will be blonde next week, folks.
Sonya Deville's begging for Mandy to come back. Begging. But rules state, any eliminated competitor must immediately leave the chamber. Why follow rules if there's no DQ?
As Mandy Rose exits, now we are going to get the next entrant into this match. Who do you think it's going to be?
I think it's Mickie James.
I'm going to go with the chair. Oh, you're right, Mickie James.
I do. I think the wrinkles on her face told me the future. Mickie James going after Sasha Banks. Knocking down Bayley.
Knocking down. Right hands by Mickie James. And now Mickie James dodges a punch for Sasha Banks. A big roundhouse kick, and then a kick to the face of Sasha Banks, and then a double clothesline to Bayley and Sasha Banks as Bayley was hopping up to help out Sasha Banks but couldn't quit there in time.
Doesn't seem like Mickie James' feet is hurting her at all after all those standing minutes.
Amazing insight.
You're welcome.
A roll up by Sasha Banks on Mickie James. Hey,
she got the tights.
Oh. And now a neck breaker by Mickie James onto Bayley.
That's right. That's right.
Hard-hitting action is hard to keep up with, folks. And Sasha Banks sends a forearm into the face of Mickie James. Mickie James, flapjack in the middle of the ring.
Beautiful flapjack and a kip up. And a kip up there. That is reminiscent of
as Mickie James shows the Young Bucks how to do it.
That's correct. And Sonya Deville's back up. Finally getting her win back. That beating and slams Mickie James' head into the steel. These women are beautifully using this cage as a weapon.
Absolutely right. Sonya Deville's face now bounces off via Mickie James off of that cage.
Sonya Deville's power picks up Mickie James and slams her against the cage. Once again, still holding her tight. Mickie James holds on though. Holding on for dear life on that cage. Ties her legs around. And a hurricanrana on the outside.
Yeah, she was thrown straight onto that padding on the outside. That's rough padding. I want you guys to know that is not just cushy padding. That out there is like wood if it were soft.
Yes. It is canvas. It will cut you and rip you like nobody's business. At a super kick straight to the chin.
Mickey James is feeling this today. She's climbing up. What is she doing? She's climbing.
I don't know, but Mickey James always want to be crazy. We've seen that video a lot of times. I told you, I watched it 76 times.
Bailey screams and then starts climbing the cage with her. Mind you, this is not a cage match, as they have a battle on the wall of the cage.
Yes.
I'm not sure what their goal is here.
Mickey James must have something in mind, and it must be extremely devastating to all the women competitors as they try to stop her. Maybe they can see it coming.
Mickey James is on a tear right now as she kicks Bailey off the top. She's climbing on top of one of the cells. She is on, folks,
That's
she
at
is
least
hot.
20 feet. She's powering up.
She just went Super Saiyan as she stands on top of a cage. She jumps down. Oh! She covers Sonya Deville. 1, 2, 3. Mickey James gets the first pinfall since entering this match for herself. There'll be many more to come.
What the fuck was that? She just super flied on her. My God, folks, I can't even say backstabber into all.
Bailey to Bailey.
Oh,
Bailey,
my God.
1, 2, 3.
Short-lived by Mickey James. Well, she served her purpose. She eliminated one and now eliminated herself. Now it's Sasha Banks, Bailey, and the last one is Alexa Bliss.
And these fans boo. These fans are not having it. Mickey James came out like a house on fire, and she was taking it to these competitors, and she must have done some real damage to herself. That is the only explanation. Jumping from that high onto an opponent can really do damage to oneself, and left her vulnerable. She got beat by the team of Bailey and Sasha Banks.
Yep.
And now Alexa Bliss looks very concerned on the outside as she looks in from her cage.
Mickey
As
James.
Bailey and Sasha Banks patiently wait for Alexa Bliss to enter this matchup.
Mickey James is still starstruck by what happened, and Alexa Bliss is fearful of losing her championship at this point.
This is some actually pretty good storytelling that you will not see in the men's match. I guarantee you will not see this in the men's match. If you want to watch this match, please go to the WWE Network, $9.99 a month, isn't it?
It's actually $1 for this month alone.
Really?
It is.
Wow.
$1.
That's a great deal.
Great deal. I mean, do it for 1 month is $1. What else are you doing? Buying a bag of chips?
As Alexa Bliss backs up into her cage as the clock counts down here. Sasha Banks and Bailey whispering to each other sweet nothings as Alexa Bliss cage door opens, but she forces it back closed as Sasha Banks and Bailey can't push it open. And now Alexa Bliss goes out the other side, tries to climb up. She does. She kicks Sasha Banks to the floor. She climbs on top of one of the cells. I think Bailey's trying to climb up the other side. Now Alexa Bliss is...
They're cornering Alexa Bliss.
She's climbing the side of the cage. Bailey and Sasha Banks have taken a cell on either side. Alexa Bliss is she's climbed up the cage and she's in the middle. It's hard to describe to you. As now Bailey and Sasha Banks tightrope their way to her in the middle. And now they're all climbing down. It's quite comical. That was really dumb.
Yeah, Alexa Bliss could have jumped down a long time ago.
And now Alexa Bliss climbs back up after Sasha Banks and Bailey go to the floor.
Man, this is wasting quite a bit of time.
This is the story here that I just said storytelling was great. This is not good storytelling. I guess you could say she's a coward. Like all heels. Coward.
Yep, going at Bailey, try to keep it down, but now it was caught by Sasha Banks. It was inevitable.
That's right.
I don't know what Alexa Bliss was doing. It was inevitable.
That's right, folks. Alexa Bliss made her way to one of the
Sasha
cages.
Banks turns on Bailey for no reason. It was not necessary to do this now. She could have used Bailey for her use and made sure they beat Alexa Bliss to solidify one of them winning a championship. I do not understand this. This is a debacle. This is crazy.
Do you know why you don't understand this? Because you're not a competitor. You don't know. Sasha Banks is showing her true colors here as she kicks Bailey from the top of the cell that Alexa Bliss had made her way onto.
Sasha Banks stalking Alexa Bliss. Alexa Bliss tries to crawl away and Bailey comes back and slams Sasha Banks into the It wasn't even a turnbuckle. It was a pole that holds it at a huge elbow, it looked like.
I don't know. It may have been a close fist by Alexa Bliss onto Bayley. Bayley rolls the train. 1, 2. Oh, a near fall as Alexa Bliss almost had Bayley out of this matchup. And in the middle of the ring, Alexa Bliss frustrated, slamming Bayley's head straight into the mat.
Scoffing. And I mean scoffing at the vibrancy that is Bayley.
Indeed. Indeed. And now Alexa Bliss putting Bayley on the bottom rope. And now slamming her head into the mat once again.
Standing on her head.
Oh, and now stomping.
Somehow picking Bayley's head up with her feet while never putting it underneath her head. Wow.
I think if we watched that in slow motion, you would have seen Bayley's head bouncing off of the floor.
How did she get the initial one?
Well, Bayley was trying to get her foot off of her back. It doesn't matter.
Back suplex by Bayley.
Bayley.
Back to the action here, folks.
Absolutely.
This is a shoot 'em up here, folks. It's a battle. Lots of fists, lots of forearms, lots of elbows, hitting heads. One of these women are going to leave with a concussion, and Vince McMahon is going to be very upset. Sasha Banks going after Bayley again. I do not see the point right now. Let Bayley abuse Alexa Bliss and then attack her. I don't get this. I don't understand. I understand that competitor, but I don't. This is dumb. And Sasha Banks getting attacked by air there.
All right, hold on. Sasha Banks and the tree of woe now. She was going for shoulders in the corner.
Yep.
Sasha Banks got put into the tree of woe by Bayley. Bayley stomping her in the corner just to catch you up, folks. Oh, a big forearm to the face of Bayley as she was climbing the top rope. I think she was going for the double knees. Sasha's signature move in the corner. But now,
Sasha's still in the tree of woe. Alexa Bliss looks like she's going for a superplex on Bayley on that same turnbuckle.
she is, and she does get it. Superplex to Bayley by Alexa Bliss. And Sasha Banks pulls herself out of the tree of woe. She's now on the top turnbuckle, folks.
Playing possum there, it seemed like. She was hurt, but quickly recovered. Both women, Alexa Bliss and Bayley, down.
That's right. Oh, what's she going for here, folks? Oh, a big frog splash from Sasha Banks onto Bayley. 1, 2. Oh, a near fall.
Kicks out.
Bayley's had several near falls that she's kicked out of in this matchup, folks.
Grimacing in pain at the moment. Grimacing in pain.
Sasha Banks frustrated, in pain. What does she got to do to put Bayley away? What does she have to do to win this matchup? The story is so deep, it's dripping. Dripping like Sonya.
Dripping like the sweat on Sasha Banks' forehead.
Absolutely.
All these women are in severe pain. This match is brutal. All these women will not come out the same. Maybe one with PTSD.
Absolutely right. As Sasha Banks gets to her feet, she's the first one to her feet, picks up Bayley. Alexa Bliss still down in the corner. Bayley sent into the turnbuckle face first. Now Sasha Banks picking her up, looking for those double knees in the corner off the top turnbuckle. Sasha Banks jumps up. Bayley reverses, catches her. Oh, but Sasha Banks reverses it, sends her head straight into the middle turnbuckle with her legs. Amazing.
Imagine that. A woman in between another woman's head or legs. Oh, super Bayley to Bayley.
On Sasha Banks. Is she going to go for the cover? No, Alexa Bliss rolls up Bayley. 1, 2, 3. And Alexa Bliss eliminates Bayley on a roll-up. Sasha Banks is still down. Sasha Banks is still down. She needs to cover
Bliss
her.
needs to get in there, cover Sasha Banks. Go now. She took too long.
1, 2. Oh, a near
Sasha
fall.
Banks was able to recuperate. She took too long, relishing in the moment of eliminating Bayley. It's a one-on-one matchup now. Bayley now eliminated. It is Sasha Banks versus Alexa Bliss for the Women's Championship. WWE Women's Championship on the line right now.
That's the WWE RAW Women's Championship.
Original.
Absolutely, as Bayley is writhing on the stairs as Alexa Bliss climbs the top turnbuckle. What is she looking for here?
Oh, she goes for a finishing move with that moonsault cartwheel in midair and lands straight onto the knees of Sasha Banks.
Absolutely right. You know, that'll break some ribs, you know.
If a rib isn't already broken,
Absolutely right.
I love ribs.
Ribs are good. Ribs.
Well, back
Sponsored
to,
by Ribs.
baby, back. Back to the matchup.
Alexa Bliss on the outside. Sasha rolling out to the outside.
Bailey still shedding tears as she walks up the ramp.
A big kick to the face of Alexa Bliss by Sasha Banks. A knee to the head against that steel cage on the outside.
Multiple
Repeated
knees.
She's still kneeing her knees.
And a final knee misses, and her leg is caught through the freaking steel cage, and the head thrown back, ripping what might be the ACL right out of the legs of Sasha Banks.
Absolutely right. Absolutely right. She cracked the back of her head and neck on her knee. Sasha Banks might be out. I'm worried. I'm concerned. Are you concerned?
I'm fearful for her career.
Alexa Bliss looks concerned, as Alexa Bliss thinks she might have murdered her, but she wants to murder her some more as she climbs the cage to get on top of the cell. What is she thinking? I'm thinking a crossbody or that little moonsault she does off of the top of the cell onto Sasha Banks, who still has her leg through the cage.
Well, that is blissful thinking, if I do say so myself.
That was awful.
You're welcome. Well,
Sasha Banks, multiple-time women's champion. Alexa Bliss, the Raw Women's Champion. What will it take to put Sasha Banks away? Sasha Banks stands, gets to her feet. Alexa Bliss is going to jump off top of that cell. She does. The moonsault covered. As she's covered her on the outside, she's 69ing her, but Sasha Banks rolls her over into a crossface. And it looks like Alexa Bliss might tap here. She might tap. She might tap. She rolls Sasha Banks over, but Sasha Banks still has it locked in as she's in the ring.
for some reason, she had to get her back in the ring.
And
I guess they changed the rules.
Alexa Bliss rolls through it, sends Sasha Banks' head into the back of the turnbuckle in the corner. Alexa Bliss got away. Sasha Banks writhing in pain in the corner, holding the back of her head. Alexa Bliss charges into the corner, but Sasha Banks gets the feed up, stops her.
Pushes her right down to the ground. Both of these women are extremely tired.
You know, it's odd that they're not sweaty. Looks
Yes, maybe it's all the makeup soaking in the sweat before it actually seeps out to visible.
like Sasha Banks climbing. Now she's looking at the top of the cell. She climbs the top turnbuckle at least.
Way too many high-risk maneuvers from these ladies today, and it's costing them, as you see right there again, costing Sasha Banks.
As
Amateur mistake. Oh my God, a top rope DDT.
Absolutely right. What happened there was Sasha Banks was climbing the top turnbuckle and Alexa Bliss slammed her head into the cage wall. And then she did a hangman DDT off of the top rope, sent Sasha Banks straight to hell, and then covered her. 1, 2, 3. Alexa Bliss is still your Raw Women's Champion. Amazing. I feel amazing. How do you feel?
Exhilarated.
Accelerated is absolutely right. As we get some replays of Bayley doing a super Bayley to Sasha Banks, but ultimately cost her as she did whatever she was doing. Of course, she crawled around for some reason.
This match was really original.
Absolutely. Actually, if you were going to give this match a rating, what would you give it?
3.5 stars.
3.5 stars.
Out of 10. That is a lie. Out of 5. That is a joke. Sarcasm.
Sarcasm is absolutely necessary. I would say 4 stars.
4-star matchup.
For a women's match in the Elimination Chamber, they did not take it soft. We didn't really explain what was happening quite a bit. It was very violent. It was they pulled off more than we expected them to. So I will give it 4 stars out of 5.
For history.
For history.
As Renee is wearing a robe here, interviewing
The first
Alexa
one.
Bliss.
The first ever Women's Elimination Chamber. What does this historic moment mean to you?
This victory means everything to me.
Apparently. Sasha Banks crying on the outside. Probably disappointed that she abandoned her friend, Bailey. You deserve a chance for the heel. The heel. The heel. Original.
And Alexa Bliss has earned the respect of this live crowd.
This victory isn't just about me. This is about every little girl and woman at home in the audience who have ever dreamed big. This victory is for all of you.
She's already the women's champion, but
And this just proves that you can be whatever you want to be. So dare to dream and dream big.
yes.
Touching speech there.
And, sorry, I'm looking out here at every one of you, and the reality is that none of you will ever accomplish any of your dreams.
Oh, what a turn there, folks.
And the crowd cheers. The fans are on their hands at this very moment after that insult.
I came out here tonight, and I proved to you and the entire world that there is no one better than me.
And this crowd is loving this heel Alexa Bliss, telling little girls everywhere they suck.
You know what?
Yep.
The odds were clearly stacked up against me, and I still won. Even though every one of you, not a single person in this entire arena believed that I could win. And guess what, guys? I did.
Actually, I put money in Vegas on Alexa Bliss. I won $3.
In this Elimination Chamber match, there is only one true goddess in WWE.
Absolutely right. And as you predicted, there was a winner to this match. She just told you.
Tonight.
She did win.
Tonight, there was one winner in this one-winner match.
Absolutely. And we will go ahead and cut to commercial, folks. Thank you for tuning in. This was the Raw Women's Elimination Chamber match. Thank you for listening.
That it
And
was.
please tune in for more.